Wazza, how you going?
Hey, Patto, how's it going?
Yeah, really good, really good. Have you been watching what's going down at Biggs?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's a big week this week. Big's week.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, it's been pretty exciting so far. I've been in and out of the live chat and just keeping up to date as much as I can.
yeah. Well, look, I mean, it was pretty hardcore the first couple of days. Like that first day was warm.
Yeah.
The first night was wet. Not many backyard ultras would have been wetter than that.
No, there was a massive storm that blew through.
Yeah. And because of that, they ended up running 36 loops on the road, which would have taken a lot out of some runners.
That's it. And returning to the trails now on
Yeah.
day three has just caused havoc. There's a lot of
Yeah.
people who have just gone, no, that they're done. And you can imagine how hard it would be doing 36 hours on a road and then having to switch to not the easiest trail course in the world either.
Yeah. And the loop times was like from the very first loop back on the trail, runners were coming back with only 1 or 2 minutes up their sleeve.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, yeah, it's been so we're up to loop 61 at the moment. And how many
That's
runners
right.
are left? Do you have that on hand?
There's 40-ish when I last checked. I might be a tad behind, but yeah, about 40 at this point.
Yeah. And we've got the White Kenyan, Jimmy B, Dan Carmack, and Phil Gore of the Australians all still going.
That's right, yeah, and all four looking pretty good at this point. Keen to see how they progress, but yeah, they're still going pretty strong, which is good.
Yeah. I'm loving
Um,
it.
Jashi, obviously the fifth of the Aussies, he wrapped up at the end of yard 56. From what I've seen, good spirits. He's just one of the hardest backyard ultras that he's had to run, and yeah, he said 56 yards was just enough.
Yeah. I've got no doubt he'll be back. He'll be
Yeah,
back bigger and better.
for sure. Yeah, 56 is already enough to get on the at-large list for the next one. But we'll see how we go for what happens over the next 2 years.
Hmm.
Dude's got a lot of potential.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean that rainy period as well, it kind of like turned it would have been horrible for the runners, but it made it a pretty interesting race as far as spectating goes, I thought.
Oh, definitely. Did you catch Mitchy the Bagman did a yard with an umbrella?
Yeah, yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I think it's certainly been entertaining to just see what's happening in Tennessee at the moment. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, awesome. So Garden City Backyard Ultra was not last weekend, but the weekend before, and you've got all the results up on the website?
Yes, that's right. Yep. All those results are up online. Yeah,
Mm,
so it's another exciting event that sort of went kind of how we thought it would.
mm,
They ended up with 199 starters, which is basically almost double last year. I think they had 104 last year.
mm.
Of those 199, 148 were first timers. So a massive, massive new contingency in that.
Yeah, that's huge.
Um, yeah, of those that had run before, though, there would have been 51. 22 of those set new PBs, and the course record was absolutely smashed by another 15 yards. So yeah,
Mm.
pretty huge.
Yeah, Sam Christie, the assist, he's the real deal.
Yeah,
42 yards and the assist in your second backyard ultra is pretty impressive. And he's another young gun on the scene, 28 years old.
that's right. Yeah, again, potential to go a lot further, and I think we'll sort of see that over the next year or so, just depending on what's next on his calendar
Mm.
and how far he can push himself.
Yeah. And the last one standing, Chris Van Leer. He's one of
Yes,
yeah, he's one of the most consistent backyard ultra runners out there, I reckon. Like since his debut in 2022 at Dead Cow, he ran 25 yards. He's ran six backyards, I think, since then, going to the 30s four times and breaking 40 in the other two. And that's
yeah,
including his last 43, which was the last one standing at Garden City.
that's right. And that was a 3 yard PB for him over his dead cow result last year, which was 40 yards. Yeah,
Hmm. Awesome.
yeah,
Um, Now I saw there was some Leah Meyer was the last female standing with 27 yards in her debut backyard ultra.
That's right. Yeah, she got 27 on debut and absolutely just smashed it. 27 yards is very impressive.
Yeah.
Um, Third place for the guys on 32 yards was Joshua Scott, also on debut.
Yeah.
Um, two massive debut results. So yeah, good effort for both of them.
Mm.
Um, Adam Lusk in fourth place had a 10-yard PB on, so he went from 20 to 30 yards
Yeah.
in his attempt as well, which is yeah pretty impressive.
Yeah. Yeah, 32 yards on debut, like that impresses me so much. To break 30 on debut, that impresses me.
Yeah, as someone who hasn't come close to 30 yet, I'm super impressed.
Um, Anything else about Garden City? Did any of those army guides absolutely rip it?
They all did about as well as expected. There was quite a few of them, obviously. They all came in that sort of that mid range 100K sort of point and in and around there. Um, I believe they had to achieve 3 yards each or something to get the day off on the
Oh,
Tuesday. So bare minimum they all set out with that goal in mind, which is a half marathon, but yeah, they all sort of filled in that mid range of runners, which is yeah pretty good.
yeah, awesome.
One thing worth mentioning though, we did have a couple of young runners at the event. TK Mears did 15 yards. He's only 14 years old, which is
Wow.
pretty impressive for a 14-year-old. And
Yeah.
for the girls, Jamie Costanzo did 8 yards, and she's 16.
Yeah, cool.
What's interesting about this is the based on those two performances, I actually had a stack of people reach out to me, just checking about what the junior Australian records are. So I've been doing a lot of work right now to backfill some date of birth info for as many runners as I can on the website, with the goal I'll be getting some age records listed up there as soon as I can. There's a fair bit of data to fill in that we're still missing. Um, but yeah, none of those two actually beat their records. Quite interesting. Danes Broxton did 25 yards when he was 14,
Hmm.
which is just ridiculous. And
Ultra runner Dane. He is a gun. He
yeah,
also did 24 park runs in 24 hours. I think it was last year as well or
that's
something.
right. Yeah, I think it was earlier this year. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
And Matilda Young, who did 10 at 15 earlier this year as well at, I think it was Birdies.
Right.
Yeah, so they're both sort of at that age, really, yeah, phenomenal runners that have got a lot more. But yeah, it's been great because I had a bunch of people reach out that are either trying to hit that goal themselves, or their children have run an event and they're trying to work out how close they are to the record. So I'll try and get those stats up online soon to give people a real good guide to for every single age
Yeah.
what the record is per gender as well. So I'm going to break it down individually by every single year, so we can tell as a 14-year-old who was the best, as a 15, as a 16, as a 17, right through to the oldest runners that we've got in Australia.
Yeah, that's unreal. That's a great
Yeah,
idea.
and yeah,
Um, Anything else about Garden City?
that's about all I had for Garden City. It was a great looking event. What I did love about their event that I think is worth mentioning as well is their DNF prizes. I'm not sure if you saw those, the garden gnomes.
Yeah.
They fantastic idea. So super easy to organize, but yeah, just to see them en masse at the start finish line, all the little garden gnomes with everyone's names on them. Yeah, it's stacked around, and then they got to take those home with them as well. But yeah,
Yeah.
very cool feature.
Yeah. So this weekend we've got two backyard ultras, Smurfs and Reds. So shall we talk about Smurfs first?
Yeah, we can. That's going to be kicking off first. That one's taking place in Cairns this weekend. That kicks off at 7 a.m. Saturday, Australian Eastern Standard Time, Queensland time. Yeah, so that's Smurfs is back in its. Technically, it's the third Smurfs, but Smurf Endurance Sports, who put it on, also organised the Old Mates Backyard Ultra back in 2022, which was a one-off event, and then became Smurfs really when they moved location to the current course. But I reckon it's possibly the hardest backyard ultra in Australia.
Because it's
It's
so
a
hot,
it's a
right?
tough one. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's going to be 31, 32 degrees all weekend, even through to Monday, Tuesday, if someone can get that far on that course. And the lows overnight are about 24, 25 as well. So yeah,
Mm. And
it's
it's
going to be.
always humid up there too.
That's right. Yeah, massive humidity of about 80+% as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, the course itself is predominantly dirt, mountain bike trails, and it's got about 127 meters of elevation. So it's a tough course as it is. And yeah, it's going to be an interesting one to see how they go.
Mm.
Um, they've got 187 runners on their start list this year, and that's about 33 more than last year. 71 of those have run before, so we've got 116 first timers. Another massive amount of first timers
Yeah.
taking part in an event, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a nice big field.
Yeah,
Who were some of the big dogs running?
yeah. So we've got a couple of the biggest dog of the lot taking part in this one. Last year's winner Adam Fox is in the running again this year. He also tied with Reese Williams in 2023 at the first Smurfs for the win assist there. Unfortunately, Reese won't be coming back for this one, but Adam also won the Old Mates Backyard Ultra in 2022, so he's got two wins under his belt from Smurfs events alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Gary Venz, who was the assist at Old Mates, and Murray McPherson, the assist at Smurfs last year, will both be back. So of the four past winners and assists, three of those will be at this event.
Awesome. Is Adam the only one who's done 30 plus?
Yeah, so he's got a PB of 38, which he set at Dead Cow earlier this year. He did 34 at Smurfs last year with Reese. Hard not to put him as the favourite for this event, simply based on past results for this event, but also his massive PB. The next closest will be Murray McPherson. He was 25 as the support last year. And then I've got Ben Leeson, who I'm not sure if it's the same Ben Leeson, but we had a Ben Leeson who did 24 at Hurdy's last year. Long way to travel from Hurdy's to Smurfs. But that was I think that was his first event at Hurdy's. And if he's then gone over to Cairns, that'll be an interesting one. But yeah, if so, then he's got 24 yards. There are a couple of other decent contenders, even though they don't yet have necessarily the highest PBs on the list. Kelly Romano, who last year at Smurfs, she debuted with 21. She was the last female standing at Smurfs last year. She was the first female at the BVRT 100 miler earlier this year as well, and she's been really training hard for Smurfs. So potential to see how far she can go as well. Daniel Hannaford, who did 21 at Smurfs 2023, he has had a massive year. Of backyard ultras, but he was third at the Noosa Ultra Trail 80K. He was third at the Delirious West 100 miler, and he was second at 3 marathons in 3 days earlier. And again, he's been training hard for Smurfs, I believe. So yeah, there's a couple of interesting ones there. Talking to Josh Duff from Smurf Endurance Sports, he's actually put up a couple of other names as well. Joe Buck, who has a PB of 2. He was actually second to Aaron Young at the Unreasonable East 200 miler this year.
Okay.
So he's got decent trail running experience as well. He's also got a dedicated coach, and he's at a training plan specifically targeted for a backyard ultra, and he's looking to do well at Smurfs.
Yeah, awesome.
And Sarah Foster, who has a PB of 15, she did at Smurfs in 2023. Since then, she has won the Surf Coast Century 50 kilometer earlier this year, and she won the Delirious West 200 miler back in 2020.
Yeah.
So again, massive names. They sort of new to the backyard ultra, but not new to trail running or running in general. Sarah's in great shape right now, and I'm really keen to see how far she can go in this event as well.
Yeah. Well, we were talking about this possibly being the hardest backyard ultra in
Yeah.
Australia. But the thing is, the people running in the race, they're all hard nuts. They're all from Northern Queensland, so the conditions they should be used to those types of conditions. So, I mean, I don't expect it to go 50 yards or anything like that, but I still think they'll go close to 30 plus.
Yeah. My prediction's probably about 25 yards.
Yeah.
Just because I think it's going to be a bit of a warmer one. 25 is usually about enough to win it. It's like Old Mates was 19, Smurfs 2023 was 34, and last year it was 26 yards.
Mm.
Yeah, it's a tricky one because of the massive gap in PBs.
Yeah.
There aren't many. Well, there's only one above 25.
Yeah.
So
Well,
we're going to have to see some improvements from others to get that above and beyond. It could happen, but yeah, 25 to 30 is probably my range. I'd definitely say 25 is probably my estimate though.
I'll say 29.
Okay.
29.
Keen to see how that goes. There's one other runner that I think's worth keeping an eye on as well. Speaking of younger runners, Cooper Glass. He's 16 years old. He did 15 yards at Smurfs last year on that course. He's been training hard for this as well, and he's aiming to get 24 or beyond this year. So you never know. He could be one of those runners that gets us to 30.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, I love hearing about all these young guns coming
Yeah.
through. Unreal. Um, Anything else about Smurfs?
Nothing else that I can think of that's worth pointing out. As far as I know, there's not going to be any live tracking for this one, so social media updates should be probably the best place to keep an eye on that. I assume up on Facebook is going to be the best place to track
Yeah,
the event during the event.
yeah. I remember last year they were pretty good at the Instagram posts as well.
Yeah.
Hmm. Right. So the other race this weekend is Reds, and I am absolutely frothing for this
Are
one.
you?
The field is chock-a-block full of runners who want to go deep.
This
Um, and you're running too.
That's right. I'll be at Reds this weekend. It's shaping up to be a massive event. I'm just excited to be there. I don't
Yeah.
even like how far I can go is not even important. It's just I'm excited to get to this one just because it's going to be an exciting event.
Yeah.
And so obviously this is the August 2025 event that got postponed. It's now 2 months later, and the start list has changed quite a bit. There's a lot of changes to the list, and we lost Jashi, massive name, but stepping in to replace him is a contingency of fantastic runners.
Yeah. Now, I'm really interested to ask you a couple of questions about your own race. Like, do you feel in better shape now or than you did a couple of months ago?
Uh, I don't know. So I was really, really good shape at the start of August. When Reds was postponed, I ran 50Ks that day instead to just go for a run. Because of that, I then had the Sydney Marathon just after it and ran another marathon the week after that. I was really sort of right at the top of my training, ready to go. The last month or two, I don't know. I've still been pushing hard, and I've done probably more overall kilometers, but I don't know that I was as pumped in myself as I was in August. So
Yeah.
I'm still excited. The event's going to be great, but I just don't know. I
Yeah,
think
fair enough.
the nervous energy is just getting to me at this point.
Yep, fair enough. And remind us, what is your PB right now?
My PB is 12, which I did at Sydney's backyard earlier this year in April. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that would be awesome if you can smash that and see how far you can go. Set a new PB.
Well, that's my goal. Might not be to be right there at the end. Hey, if I am, I am. But my goal is to be one of those who beats their PB by the highest percentage.
Yeah, awesome. Awesome. And just see how far you can go while it hurts, I think. I think that's
That's it.
a
Yeah.
good thing to want to do.
Yeah.
Shall we go through the runners who have done 30 plus?
Yeah, let me just give a quick rundown of the total field first.
Yep.
So this is a new record for Reds. They've got 105 starters at this one. Last year it was 86. 55 of those will be no, sorry, 45 of those will be first timers, and there are 60 who have done a backyard ultra before. Of those 60, their average PB is above 20 yards.
Wow.
So it's about 20.5. There are 21 who have got PBs of 24 plus, and
Yep.
there are 3 with PBs of 50 plus.
Mm,
So we've got a very stacked field here.
mm.
This event will have 4 backyard ultra winners lining up at the start line. Ezra, who just won Sydney's last month on 54 yards, he's back for another crack at her backyard.
Yeah.
He's looking to go further, obviously. Nachi is coming down from Queensland. She's got a PB of 51. She only just won Clint Eastwood in August. So, yeah, again, another recent win that she's coming down for Reds, which will be massive. Chris Martin is coming over from West Australia. He's got a PB of 42. He won 30s last year. And we've got Oliver Sheikey, who got his PB of 37 back in June this year when he won Coffs.
Yeah.
So 3 of those guys have all won within the last 4 months an event, and they're all ready to go again. So it's going to be pretty massive. And in fact, there's only a small handful of events that have had more winners line up at the start line.
Wow.
And they've pretty much mostly been dead cow
Yeah.
over its multiple events or silver ticket events like GV.
Yeah. Yeah. No, this
So,
is a creamy field.
yeah.
This is full of cream, this race.
So
Um,
it's pretty massive. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And yeah, I love it. Shall we go through the 30 plus runners?
Yes, let's do it.
I love doing this.
I've got the stats for everyone down to 24 if you want to get excited.
Okay, cool.
So
Let's work our way down and see how we go. See how we rock and roll.
that's it. So yeah, we've got Ezra. That's Akira Bazagi. He's coming in with 54 yards. He's the entrant coming in with the highest PB. His 54 is at Sydney's last month over John Berry.
Yeah.
Ezra looked great at that event. I reckon he had 60 plus in him there. He's definitely keen to get that 60 plus at this event. Only a month later, he's targeting that Aussie team, and we're hoping to see who else is ready to go with him.
Yeah, he could be one of the most exciting prospects in Australian backyard ultra racing at the moment, I reckon.
That's right. Yeah, for sure. He's got a lot of potential, and I don't think we're anywhere near seeing it yet.
Yeah, I get the impression that he's just fallen in love with the format and he just wants to squeeze that juice as hard as he can and get absolutely everything out of it.
Definitely, for sure.
But he's
Yeah,
still young. I mean, he's a young gun too. How old is he? He's in his 30s, is he?
something like that. I don't know his actual age,
He's
but
not old, I know that.
no, I've got him down as 37. Sorry.
Oh,
Yeah,
perfect.
not old at all.
Yeah. Um, who's next?
Next on the list, we've got Nachi,
Oh,
51. She's that 51 is the second highest Australian Australian female performance. She also won Clint Eastwood this year, just a couple of months ago in August. She's got a lot of experience under her belt, sat champs last year and a lot of other big events. That 51, I think she can certainly go further than that at this event.
yeah, it would be really exciting if she can like really push for that Australian record again, and she's definitely capable of it. I love watching Nachi go.
Yes. Yeah. I'm again, I keep saying I'm excited about this event. Nachi's one of those people I'm actually super excited to get to meet.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a few on the list that I'm keen to meet. She's definitely one that I think she'll be great value on the course as well.
Yeah, awesome, awesome.
Also on 51, we've got Daryl Tollett. which he did at Dead Cow earlier this year. He's been over to UTMB where he did the CCC event not that long ago either. Yeah, 51 again. Not plenty more in the tank there.
Mm.
He's also reaching it to go as far as he can at this event, so it should be good.
Yeah.
Um, the Crow did a great interview with him on the Crow's Nest podcast. I recommend anyone go and check that out, as well as a lot of info there about
Yeah,
Daryl and
he's like a really
Richard.
interesting person to listen to talk. He's like really like a deep thinker. He's a really good dude.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you've seen, he's got massive guns.
Oh, dude is huge. He does not look like a backyard ultra runner for sure. Yeah, he's very impressive to see, and to see him run is even more so. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Who's next?
Next on the list is Chris Martin, who did 42 at Sat Champs last year. Yeah, he's coming over from Perth. He's actually got Aaron Young coming across with him to support his crew. So yeah, keen to see again what Chris can do. He won birdies last year. Again, he's got potential to get back on that Sat Champs team next year.
This is a huge opportunity for him to break 40, like break 200 miles
Yeah,
and like really set a big PB because he's more than capable of it. And from what I hear, this course is will be perfect for him.
yeah, I think so. Yeah, it sounds like it's a beautiful course. I have yet to run it. I'll hopefully get a loop in on Friday before the event on Saturday. But yeah, it sounds and looks like it's a great course.
Yeah, yeah, cool. Who's next?
Next on our list is Oliver Sheikey.
Ooh,
He did 37 at Coffs earlier this year, but just a couple of weeks ago, he also set the Australian record for a 6-hour track event for furthest distance in his age bracket, which is, yeah, he's a young gun, and I think he's got a massive potential. His dad, Michael Sheikey, just did 48 at Sydney last month. So he's got a bit of a target to beat this event.
yeah,
And I don't think 48 is unachievable for him. The question is, how far can he go back that household naming rights,
yeah.
bragging
Well,
rights?
I mean, he'll be absolutely fired up to beat his old man.
Sure. Forget about the event. It's beating the old man.
That's it. And I'm tipping that Michael is his father, right? He'll be there crewing for him.
He'll be there crewing, yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, they're great. So Ollie crewed Michael at Sydney's. Um, they're good at alternating. They obviously they both ran at Coffs Harbour. Michael was third place there. They're both lining up for Coffs again in 2026. So that looks like it could be the next serious Sheiky showdown.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens between now and then. But yeah, be wary of your crew when you're trying to beat their PB is my own consideration that they're going to have to look out for.
Yeah. Um, who's next?
Next on our list, we've got Tammy Wickham.
Oh, yep, yep.
She's
She's
got
one
a
of my favorites. She's one of my favorites. She
yep,
works so hard. Like she's just someone who's decided I want to see how good I can get at these things, and she runs like 500-kilometer months, and
yeah.
yeah, she works hard, and she's getting the results.
Yeah, she's now got a PB of 35, which she just set at Clint Eastwood in August. Um, she's probably the most experienced backyard ultra runner coming into this event, based purely on number of events she's taken part in. She's done 11
Mm.
already, which is yeah one of the higher numbers. And almost all of those are yeah, well, they're all basically over 100 kilometers, except her very first dead cow back in 2021. But yeah, 17, 15, 24, 23, 26, 10, 19, 17, 30, 27, 35. Yeah, so they're all massive, massive results as it is. Very keen to see how far she goes at this one. Yeah,
Yeah,
a lot of experience in.
I'm
Yeah.
wondering who they've got her and Darcy of crewing for them. They put a call out on Instagram asking if anyone could crew. Do you know if they've
Yep.
who they've got?
I don't know who is crewing for them. They've definitely got some names though. There's been a bit of support and reaching around from Red and the committee to see crew members for a few others as well. Chris needs a bit of crew from a certain point onwards. I think Aaron can only stick around for the first day or something. So yeah, he's looking for additional crew. I think even Ezra is looking for crew from day 2 onwards. So
Oh,
yeah, there's been a lot of support in the Reds network to try and find crew. Runners who are running are also putting their names down to step up to crew once they get beyond their own limits. So
yeah.
yeah,
Are you gonna do that?
I'm not sure yet how far I'll be going, let alone how long I
Yeah.
can stick around for the event. I do have to get back home. Unfortunately, I probably won't be able to see the end of this event,
Right.
but I'll see how we go.
Yep. Yep. Fair enough. Um, who's
Next on
next?
our
Yep.
next on our list is Todd Hazelgrove. He did 34 as the assist back in 2021 at Backyard Blister.
Oh,
He's done a bunch of events since then, a lot of lower results, but I think he's still got a fair bit of potential, especially in a stacked event like this, if he can, stick with the crowd.
yeah. And this is his first backyard since then, is it?
No, no, no. He's done a bunch since
Oh,
then.
okay.
Yeah, another 4 or so, but they've all been mid-teens, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So his PB was set at backyard this
Yeah,
year.
34 in his first event back in 2021. And since then, he's done 18, 15, 12, and 15 across the last,
Okay.
basically one event every year.
All right. Yep.
But he's
Cool.
been at the past 2 Reds where he did 15 and 12. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. Yeah. Well, hopefully he can get into the 30s and beyond again if that's what he wants.
Yeah, again, I don't know Todd, but I'm keen to see if he can go further. If that's still his goal, obviously he's here to run, so we'll see how far he can go.
Yeah.
Next on the list is a core member of the Reds team. That's Shane Cos. He did 32 at I'm Still Standing earlier this year, where he was actually crewed by Jashi.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's
You did cut out when you said his surname. It was Shane.
Koziwoda.
Ah, yep. Yep.
Yeah. So he's a core part of the Reds team. He's been running backyard events since 2019, I think.
Yeah.
Basically
All
event
over
a
the
year.
place as well, right?
No, actually, no. He did the first 2 Miram Wernets, or 2019, 2022 Miram Wernets, and then since then he's run Reds, and I'm Still Standing in Sydney.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Cool.
Next on the list, we've got Alex McCann. He did 31 at Dead Cow 2023. Tends to do an event, basically one event every year, but he's been 25 plus at every single one.
Mm. Yeah. Very good.
Next on the list, we've got Clayton Talbot,
Oh,
the human metronome. He did 31 earlier this year at I'm Still Standing as well, where he was crewed by Hurdy's winner Tim Moffat. He's also the founder of the Backyard Ultra Run Club, and I think he's definitely one of those guys to keep an eye out for this event. He's been training super hard for it.
yeah, he'll be frothing for this.
Yes,
He will
for
be
sure.
frothing.
Yeah.
The only thing is like he may be going into a little bit sleep deprived because he just has been glued to the big screen.
Yes. Yeah, the good thing is we all are.
Yeah. Yeah, cool. Yeah, well, I hope Clayton does well. I love that guy.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he's a big, big part of the event just simply through his personality and his being. The Backyard Ultra Run Club that he founded, this event is going to be a massive event for them. I think we've got about 15 or 16 people taking part in Reds.
Yeah.
So there'll be, expect to see a lot of those blue and green Berk shirts out on the course this side of me over here somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll certainly see a lot of those on course.
Yeah, very good. Any other 30 pluses?
Yep, there's one more 30 plus, and that's Michael Bilbo.
Ah,
So he did 30 on debut at Reds in 2023,
yeah.
and then he did 16 last year. This year, he's looking to go big. He was going to Tennessee to crew Jashi at Biggs, but with the postponed Reds date, happening, within days. He actually has taken up the opportunity to run Reds instead, which just shows how much he's aiming to go big at this event. I don't think there's anyone else out there who has run as many yards of the Reds course as Bilbo has. At this point, I think he could do it blindfolded. Right. He's out on that course almost daily, running around and around and around.
Wow.
Okay. So yeah, that's his training ground. He's looking to go massive, and yeah, I'm keen to actually see how far he can go for sure.
Yeah. So he knows the course like the back of his hand.
Very much so. Yeah. I don't think. Yeah. I think we could literally blindfold him and he'd be fine.
Yeah. Cool. Oh yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to see. I think I see he started a podcast too.
Yes, he has. Yeah. Focusing on trail running with a friend of his. Can't recall what it's called. Sorry, Michael. That's not great advertising. I'll drop the name in the comments after.
Yeah. There's a bloke called Jared Webb who's running, who I ran a bit with at Wild Dog, and he recently actually also ran at Scenic Circles in New Zealand as well. And he ran a PB there, I think, in the high 20s. But he's a hard nut. He's a hard nut.
Sure. Yeah, he's a stalwart of the Gumby event too, and he's done at least a miler at every event that he's taken part in. Yeah.
So he's broken 24 3 times this year, and he's looking to launch himself into the 30s and beyond in this.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to watching him.
Yeah. 26 is his record on Australian soil. 27 is what he did at Scenic Circles. And even that was only last month.
Yeah. Yeah, he's good. Have you looked at the weather forecast?
Yeah, it's an interesting, hard to predict at this point. It's looks like it's going to be raining possibly on the Saturday, but hard to know. Like it's actually no, it's cleared up a bit since I checked it the other day. So we're looking at 24 and cloudy, which sounds ideal if you ask me. Sunday will be warm, but we'll see how far the event goes to do that. But yeah, 24 and cloudy. Yeah, I can live with that.
Yeah. Are there any other runners that you want to speak about?
Yeah, so I mean, others that over the 24 yards, we've got Matt Wall-Smith on 27, Nathan Quirapel, also another Gumby competitor, he's got 25. Steve Marakovic, who debuted on 25 at Reds last year. Tammy Lovett, who did 25 at Hurdy's on debut this year. She's coming over from West Australia.
Oh, cool.
Thomas Minette has got 24. Grant Marceau has 24. Adrian Watmore has 24. And Luke Wagner has 24 as well. Or Wagner, sorry, is probably the pronunciation. But yeah, he's got a 24 as well. He did 15 at Reds last year on debut. Then he won a trail snails competition to get up to Gills Gallivant earlier this year. And he's smashing out 24 yards there. So again, massive potential from all of those guys. And yeah, as you can see, there's a ton of interstate runners coming into this event, not just Canberra interstate, but yeah, we've got a couple from West Australia, a bunch from Queensland. It's quite exciting.
Yeah, I can't wait to follow this one. Now, how do we follow this? There is live timing for this one, yeah?
No, I don't believe so.
Ooh.
Unless you've heard something I haven't.
Well, I remember following Reds in the past, and there was live timing.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Definitely the Facebook updates is the way to go. I'm fairly sure unless they're updating something manually, because they'll be tracking bib numbers as you cross the finish line and manually marking them down.
That must be what it is.
It won't be live bib lap timing, but it may be live updates. But certainly up on Facebook with the socials, there'll be a stack there.
Yeah, cool. So what's your prediction for Reds?
Now this is a tricky one. There is a stack of runners at that high end. Don't think it's less than 50 yards for sure. Yeah. I really want to see this one get beyond 60 though. There's too many people at the top end who really want to hit that Aussie team, or at least get close to that Aussie team, get that 60 plus yards. The target I think is 63 to get on the team at the moment. 50 50 plus for sure, 60 plus, hopefully.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we saw at GV recently, I mean, how hard it is to
Yeah.
get into the 60s, and they just did it. It's a pretty similar type of field, really. We've
Yeah.
got two runners who have represented Australia at the Sat Champs before,
Yep.
Nachi and Chris Martin, and a whole heap of runners who want to make that team. So yeah, I think that I'll say between 54 and 58 yards, but I really hope that they do go 60 plus, and I'd love to see some records broken.
Yes, for sure. Yeah. But I think the women at this event are going to be the ones to watch as well. There's certainly not as many. There's 15 entering the event, but there are 7 who have done events before, but they're almost all 16 plus PBs, including, sorry, I forgot to mention it before, Kate Corner's coming up from
Oh,
Adelaide. She's got 25 as her PB.
yeah, cool.
So yeah, another interstate event, like runner who keen to see how far she can go as well. But yeah,
Yeah,
the women have got 51, 35, 25, 25, 18, 16, 16 and 2 as their PBs for past events. So
and
it's a fairly stacked.
Reds is where Kate ran her PB as well, so she
That's
likes
right.
the course.
Yes. I think it's a course where most people should be able to do really well.
Yeah, and I think another thing is a lot of people will be interested to see how this race goes because it is where the Sat Champs are going to be running next year.
That's
So
right. Yep.
yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how far they can go with such a good field.
That's right. Yeah, it's super exciting year for Reds in 2026. Prior to the Sat Champs, they've also got the silver ticket event in August.
Mm,
So yeah, August and then October next year is going to be massive. And I think this will be a good test event for this to go to scale. Obviously, Reds has had some decent results in the past. They obviously Jashi and Barry Keane did 57 last year.
yeah,
That's the course record. That's the real question is, can we, if you said 54 to 58, you know what, I'm going to say, yeah, we're going to see a course record get beaten at this event.
yeah,
That's what I want to see. So my goal, 58 plus. That's
awesome.
my prediction.
Yeah, awesome. I love it. Now I saw that you're on the website. You are tracking the results from Bigs.
They will be up there. They're not live up there at the moment, but certainly they will be up there. I've got the Bigs 2023 results up there as well. Any international event where an Aussie has run, my goal will be to at least get that info in there. So I do need to come in and get Jared Webb's result from Scenic Circles, just because I'd like to be able to give accurate results for every single Aussie runner.
Yeah,
So Jared's the example of someone where the website's now out of sync with reality. I'm saying his PB is 26, but we know his PB is 27.
mm,
But yeah, big one of those events that you can't not have the stats for those runners.
yeah, yeah. Um, Now I did send out an Instagram post to see if anyone had any scoops for the show.
Yeah.
I do have one, but it was mentioned on the Crow's Nest podcast, so it's not really a scoop. But the Dubinator is going to be running at Melbourne Front Yard and is going all in.
Oh, is he?
Yeah,
Okay, I haven't caught up on the crow's nest yet, but interesting, because he's in that ultra strong position at the moment. Obviously, being the only person whose spot on the Sat Champs team is guaranteed, based because he's got that silver ticket. That is interesting.
so I mean, I think he really likes the idea of being able to be a part of the Australian female record possibly be broken. And I think if
Yep.
anyone out there is wondering, should I go and try and break that record? Um, Rest assured, there are people there who will be running with you, and not and yeah. So the record can definitely go if
Yes.
there's some people who want to do it.
Yes, we've just got to get the right bites from the right people to get it there, but it's definitely up for grabs.
Yeah.
We'll see what the record is after this weekend, though. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, well, it definitely could. It could go up at Reds, couldn't it?
It definitely could. I'm not going to put pressure on anyone in particular, but yeah, there is a potential that between now and Melbourne next year, that record could easily change.
Yeah, for sure.
But I'd
Um,
love to see, yeah, love to see as many of the top end females or women get into that event and have a serious crack, because that prize money is pretty impressive.
yeah. Another scoop I got was Ryan Crawford will be running at Greenvale in Tasmania in December.
Yep, that's right. Yeah, he won that one obviously last year. A little bit of prize money in that. There's prize money up for grabs again, and yeah, it's that event sold out quick. That sold out back in July
Mm.
this year, and the event doesn't take place till December this year. But yeah, it'd
Yeah,
be great to see Ryan have another crack.
they could probably do a Sydney's and run it twice a year.
Quite possibly, yeah. It is part of the a working farm though, so it just
Yeah,
depends on capability of everything else and whether
yeah.
or not it's yeah viable. But yeah,
Well,
it's certainly good.
it sounds like there's a market for it in Tasmania. Someone should
It's
organise one in Hobart.
that is worth noting. It is the only Australian, sorry, only Tasmanian event.
Yeah.
There was another one planned a few years ago with Ultra Series. We're looking at the Devil's Lair, which I think was going to be set closer to Hobart.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that event got cancelled, and yeah, this is the only Tasmanian event. So yeah, keen to see how it goes, and yeah, it'd be great if it could encourage more Tassie events in the future.
Yeah, for sure. Um, do you know, you said it's sold out. Do you know how many people, what the field limit is for that one?
I think it's 100, um, but I'm not 100% sure on that.
Yeah, no, that sounds about right. And this is
Last year they had
actually
71 starters, so yeah,
right.
probably 100 was a capacity.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Um, it does sound like a pretty, I mean, from what I've seen, it's a pretty exposed course and they're run on a sheep farm, I think. So there's lots of divots in the ground. So it's not an easy course, but it looks like a fun race.
Yeah, I think it looks like a fun event, but yeah, it is in the paddock. It's literally it goes up and back, up and back, up and back, but it's kind of angled,
Yeah,
so it's uphill and then you're back downhill, uphill and back downhill. I think it's ended, but it comes up to I think it's about 60, 65, somewhere in that range, meters of elevation per yard. So it's a bit of a climb.
yeah, cool. Now that is actually the next event in Australia.
That's right. There's we're in that lull
Yeah,
between October and December where we don't have anything on our calendar.
yeah,
Bigs is done, Reds is done. Well, Reds is usually done a bit earlier, but Smurfs is done, and then now we've just got a big gap for until
the
Greenvale
12th.
kicks off in Tasmania on the 12th of December.
Yeah, okay. Well, I think we did mention this before we hit record that we'll get together maybe before sometime after Smurfs and Reds to talk just to talk about the results and any other news, and then we'll do a
Yep.
preview show for Greenvale the week of that race.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, hear from us hopefully in the next week or so, and
Yeah,
then again, yeah, early December.
yeah,
Unless anything big happens in the Aussie space between now and then. I want to hear another big announcement of a new event coming to Tasmania. Fill the lull next November.
yeah, yeah. Awesome. The well, look, I'm all really looking forward to seeing how you go at Reds on the weekend. I that
Thanks.
definitely is a
Oh look, I'm just excited to be there to be part of the event. Look, how far I go, we'll find out on the day. Yeah,
yeah.
whatever happens. I'm not setting goals, not setting limits. Just excited to go as far as I can go until I can't go any further.
Yeah, and
And
which
I think that kind of is the sort of general feel from everyone going into this event. There's a
yeah,
real sort of atmosphere, party vibe surrounding it. I think it will be a lot of fun. From the looks of it, no one's really focusing on the win or how far they can go. It's about how far everyone can go rather than, focusing on the individuals. So it's going to be a real good test to see how that top end can sort of work together and how far they can push when they are working together.
yeah, awesome. The now, how many t-shirts are you taking, and when? How do you choose which ones to wear and stuff like that?
We do have I've put down a list of what I'm wearing on each lap. I'm not
Uh,
bringing them all, but there is a dedicated selection of event shirts and things that I will be wearing to sort of, yeah.
you will be taking a Jimmy B in the White Kenyan t-shirt, I hope.
Yes, definitely. We'll have the Jimmy B, White Kenyan, we'll have Phil Good, Team Jashi for sure. And
Yeah,
then, yeah, anything in between, we'll obviously have the Backyard Ultra Run Club shirts will be there for sure.
yeah. And you're wearing a Reds top right now.
Yes, I've got the Reds top on now. Yeah, fortunately, Red was good enough to get that sent to me. I meant to pick it up in August. She got it up to me in time for this. So yeah, that's great, and I'll get the rest of my merch when I turn up at
Mm,
the event. Be
awesome.
nice.
Now, let's talk about bigs for one last time.
Yeah, for sure.
Um, like, what are your thoughts? Like, what are your predictions? Who do you think's going to win, and all that type of stuff?
I just don't know, do I? It's we've had there was some big upsets or changes and things that you just wouldn't have expected. People like Lukash out
Mm,
on day one.
yeah,
Um, Obviously, everyone's running their own race, everyone's doing their own thing, and that's how these events occur. You can't necessarily predict those sorts of things, but yeah, look, I'm still excited to see just how far it goes. I with my tipping comp tips, I put in that it was going to get to 123. I think I said.
right, right, yeah.
So yeah, look, it's no, I said 127.
Okay.
Um, oh, okay.
Well, no one doesn't look like any big names have dropped since we've been recording this.
You say
Um,
that, but it looks like I have just lost my first runner off my
oh,
team.
yeah.
Um, Dave
Look.
Stoltenberg. Is he?
Oh, yeah, yeah. I actually knew that he finished on six. So you've done well if you only just lost your first runner
Yeah, so I've just, yeah, he's my
in your
first one to
in
drop.
your fantasy team. Yeah.
Yep, yep. So
Wow. Who are your other
I've got
two?
him. Sorry, I've got Sarah Perry
Yep.
and Matthew Blackburn.
Wow.
Who I think as far as teams go, I was kind of going, this is going to be a really strong team, and so far it's proven pretty good. So yeah,
Yeah. No,
I've been
you did. You've.
pretty
I
happy.
think you've done. I think you're going to be hard to beat. How?
Well, you say that there are still 33 runners who have not lost anyone yet.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
and it's great because some of those runners are currently running. Phil Gore hasn't lost anyone off his team yet.
Really?
Yeah. I'm not sure if it's Dan Kamak, but there is we've got both a Dan C and a Kamak attack
Oh yeah.
who haven't lost a runner yet, and they've both got Dan on their team. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I saw one of them has James Warhorse Blanton as well on their team, right?
yeah, Dan, someone did.
I tell you what,
Yeah,
I would
yeah,
love for some first time Australians to break 100. Like, how good will it be if Dan Carmack, the White Kenyan, and the Warhorse all break 100?
definitely. I think yeah, that would be super impressive, and yeah,
Imagine that. Oh, Dan Carmack's looking so strong.
he is. Yeah, I've been keeping an eye on him. He's sort of the I don't want to say underdog, but he's definitely flown under the radar as far build up and preparation for the event goes because he did get that late call up. He's definitely the Aussie at the event that I don't think people are expecting as much from
Mm.
because he hasn't been really pushing and promoting and getting out there. But I think he's 61 yards already.
Yeah.
He's got a PB of I think it's 75.
Yeah.
He's not even close to that yet, but he's got potential to go a lot further than
Yeah,
that.
well, they only just started on the road an hour ago, so he's got
Yes.
about 13 hours on the road. Um,
Yep.
you can't see him dropping on the road, so
No.
come
That
morning he'll be in the seven. He'll be close to PB.
Yeah, the first yard on the trail will equal his PB, I think.
Mm.
So that'll be the challenge. How
Yeah, we're,
far beyond that he can go?
yeah, we're going to see some carnage on that trail tomorrow
Definitely,
or
definitely.
tonight for us.
Yes. Yeah, I'm just glad they're back on the trail though. I can't imagine running 100 plus yards on road. I think it suits some runners more than others. I think Phil would have been loving being on the road rather than the trail for that 36-hour block,
Mm.
just because he does have a lot of track experience as well. But yeah, a lot of others would definitely have been longing for the trail to come back.
Yeah. Um, Now we should also say Holly Ranson, she broke the world record for the 24 hour, running
Yes,
273 kilometers. Um, but
yes,
she came second. So two people broke the world record.
three,
Three.
including the current world record holder.
Right. Yeah.
So all three of the women beat that previous record. And yes, Holly was one of those three. She also, in doing so, beat Phil Gore's distance record for 24 hours, which means she now has the oceanic record, even though she doesn't have the world record.
Yeah,
So yeah,
she
she's beaten Phil's record. Obviously, he had the tough decision of choosing between Biggs and the 24-hour championship. He chose Biggs, which I think, from my point of view, that's the smart decision. But yeah, it's absolutely astonishing and amazing that Holly, who is also the Australian women's backyard ultra record holder with 61 yards, which is where they happen to be running at Tennessee right now, that she can turn around and do that on a track as well.
yeah, she is something else.
Yeah,
She is something else. The first ever timed ultra she ran was a 12-hour
yeah,
race in Adelaide, and I ran in that one. So
yeah. Okay.
I was blown away. Then she broke the Australian record then in that race too.
Yeah. Okay.
She's a record breaker.
Good. Just getting started, hopefully.
Yeah, yeah. She can do anything. She could do 100 in a backyard ultra. She
Well,
definitely
let's
could.
get her back to her backyard and see how far we can get her.
Yeah. Well, that 61 that she ran at Dead Cow
Take
Gully,
care. Yeah.
um, that could be enough for her to get onto the team. But I think this year's a bit different as well, like because there's so many people pushing for that team. So I guess it's just going to come down to silver tickets and what happens. But there's a lot of water to go under that bridge.
Yeah. 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 61 at the moment puts her just outside the the block. She's the first on the alternate list. She's in that 11th space.
Yeah,
But obviously those names above her will be vying for silver tickets and other events. There's also a lot of other runners looking to do higher than 60. So yeah, it's we're still a year out from Sat Champs. It's hard to even fathom what's going to happen in the next 12 months where we are right now.
yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, this at large this could get shaken up after this weekend.
It could easily,
The
yeah,
Reds.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, there's a handful of runners who have all got massive potential to get well into that list.
Yeah, yeah. No, for sure. Colin Molden, Rock and Roll, Joel, Sex Bomb, Sexton. Um, what's his name? John Berry. He could definitely run a huge race in the qualifying period. So
Yeah,
many guns out there.
yeah, and we've still got 4 silver ticket events to go.
Yeah.
So there's the easy way to get in
Do you
is
think?
still.
I mean, you've got your finger on the pulse, Wazza. Like, do you think that Sydney's are going to be trying to invite big names over like they did for their earlier race this year, or do you think they'll just let the silver ticket take care of that side of things?
I haven't heard as much whispers at the moment about big names for Sydney next year for their April event, which is the silver ticket event. They were talking about trying to get those like earlier this year before they got the silver ticket announcement though.
Mm.
So I don't know right now where they're positioned. I do know that they had a couple of international runners on their list, and that some of those had accepted,
Ooh.
and some fairly big names from the international space.
What,
So
and
whether or not
this is for the Sydney, for the silver ticket race.
for Sydney in April, yeah.
Wow.
I can't
Can you
reveal what I've heard at this point,
can you
but
tell me
the
if they're from the northern or southern hemisphere?
northern hemisphere, which
Ooh.
which is most countries that are backyard ultra centric. Yeah. So
Wow.
yeah, they could still be trying to stack that field.
Hmm.
But I think at this point, yeah, the silver ticket will hopefully do a lot of that for them.
Yeah. Well,
Tickets are on sale for that event. They have put a limit, I think, of 600 on the number of tickets. So we'll see how that goes over the next month or so, and
yeah.
then yeah, moving into next year, they'll start their announcement.
Yeah, well,
It's
I was actually speaking to a big dog recently, and they told me that they were thinking about running at Sydney's, and I was surprised because, yeah, they'd never told me that they wanted to run at Sydney's before, so I
okay.
thought
Yeah.
maybe they've been approached, but I didn't ask them, and I don't know, so
Okay. Interesting.
I think it
Interesting. Yeah,
could be a
it's
good
it, it's
race.
it's got potential to be a massive event. I know other international runners who are keen to come as well. From all over the globe that have
Wow.
mentioned it to me as well. So it's where we'll have a little chat offline. But there's
Mm.
certainly it's got potential to be a massive event. It's just a case of yeah, who
Yeah.
shows up between now and April.
I kind of like I mean, I kind of like the idea. If it's a silver ticket, I kind of like the idea of leaving it with just Australian, like not flying
Yeah.
people over from overseas and to take out the event and wipe out otherwise you've wiped
Well,
out the
yeah,
silver ticket.
that's a fantastic point, and definitely one worth mentioning that if someone from overseas wins that event, the silver ticket is voided,
Yeah.
and someone from down the list just moves up.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, they hold two races a year, two
Yeah,
cities. I reckon silver ticket, like this is just my opinion. If you're gonna have a silver ticket, have that race as like the Australian race,
yeah,
and then have the other race as the race to invite all these internationals over and stuff like that.
yeah. Yeah, it's a great point. As I said, the names I'd heard were before the silver ticket announcement had
Oh,
taken place, so it may be a case of that those may have changed between now and then,
yeah,
because of course,
you're
exactly,
getting
you're
me
exactly
work,
right.
you're getting me worked up, Wazza. You're getting me
Oh God,
worked
you're
up.
frothing, you're frothing. Yeah, but it could easily be one of those things that they would now reach out and say, "Hey, look, we're having a silver ticket event instead. Maybe we come to the later event
Hmm. I was
and
actually
push for
thinking
that instead."
I reckon it's actually, I don't think that this would happen. I haven't put much thought into it, but I think it would be a good idea to have like silver ticket races that anyone from the world can travel to. And if they win, they get a silver ticket for their country.
Yeah, I spoke about this recently with some others, and the issue with that is that it's very hard to get onto the Aussie team,
Yeah.
but you could fly to New Zealand, which is not far away, or even the Philippines, or one of the Southeast Asian countries who take part that do have silver ticket events. And you could potentially win a silver ticket event with, I don't want to say far less effort, but with a far less yard number. Um, Great in theory, but the idea of the satellite champs is that the Australian team wants to put forth 15 amazing runners to win that. And if someone is to run elsewhere to get the cheap entry, then they potentially aren't someone that is going to be as beneficial for the team.
Mm.
Hard to know. But yeah, you're also, for me, I think it's an interesting concept because you're not only trying to take a ticket from overseas to enter your event, but you're actually taking that ticket from someone over there.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of interesting things, but I think it doesn't really work in that sense. And you need to win a silver ticket in your own country to qualify for your team. That otherwise
Yeah, keep it simple.
especially
Keep it
for
simple.
yeah, especially for Europe where you could potentially go and enter like 10 silver ticket events per year. All you got to do is win one.
Yeah, yeah, no, I think you're right.
And then what happens if 15 different people fly overseas and win silver tickets?
yeah, yeah, it definitely throws in a lot of complexity
Yeah, you can
that
tell
I
I've thought
can't.
about it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's something I could talk about all day. Like, there's so many things that can happen to the format down the track. Like, I'm even wondering, like, there could be a breakaway kind of league, a professional league could happen sometime down the track. The Go One
Yep.
More thing could take off, and more Go One More races could start
Well,
popping up.
we
We'll just
saw
have to.
that last month with what was his name? Kim Gottwald, the guy that drew with Kendall at Go One More, started the last Soul Ultra.
Yeah, I saw people were commenting heaps about that on the live stream.
Yeah, yeah, it's interesting because it's the second one of these big non-bigs affiliated events that has had runfluencers
Yeah,
really be a massive part of it. And so you look at the bigs live stream now, and the number of people watching it at any given point is somewhere around 1,000 people, depending on when we're at the start of the lap. But the last Soul Ultra had 10 times that at any given point.
yeah,
And it happened throughout the Go One More event. People thought this was this brand new concept, brand new idea, and they walked away from it thinking the and no disrespect to Kim and Kendall, but they went, wow, these guys are the world's best. They did 56 yards or whatever it was, 50 yards in that range. But they're now turning up to the bigs event and going, where's Kim? Why isn't he here? He's the world's best because
hmm.
he's just won last Soul Ultra and the Go One More, and well, he hasn't run a Bigs affiliated event yet, as far as I'm aware.
Well, people on the live stream were commenting that the LSU live stream is really good, but I didn't see any of it. Did you see any of it?
No, I tuned in for a little bit. It was mentioned during the event. And I did keep track, but yeah, I didn't actually watch too much of it because I didn't know any of the runners, and I knew it wasn't Bigs affiliated, so it wasn't going to be really affecting
Yeah.
the at large list at that point. So yeah, I didn't watch as much of it as I might have had it have been, you know, I guess linked in some way.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's very interesting because of course that's the second massive breakaway event, and you see that in the Bigs live chat now. They're all like, oh well, this isn't hardly the world's best because the world's best would be these guys.
Yeah.
But the number of questions that say what's the world record, and people are shocked to hear it's 119 because they're expecting it to be 50 or 60
Hmm.
is quite interesting.
I'll tell you a race I'm looking forward to that's not Bigs affiliated.
Yeah.
King of the Hill.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
going to be good. The they're doing a great job at promoting it as well. Like, I'm not sure what you think about. I mean, about the Bigs. I think the live stream for Bigs is really good. They didn't do
Yep.
much to promote it though, leading up to the race.
Yeah. No, I don't think they really did. No.
It
Yeah. When is King of the Hill? It's these 1st of November, isn't it? Yes, it is. Yeah,
yeah, it's
first
not
of
long
November.
away, but they're doing great promo and like they're so yeah, and it sounds like they're going to have a live stream that's going to go off, and there's
Yeah.
going to be DJs there at the base
Yeah.
of the hill, like ripping up some vinyl and maybe even a dance floor. I don't know.
Let's hope they can get some record boys spinning. Um, yeah, look, the guys behind that are Hardcore Harrys. They've been around in the social space for a few years now with different running events and challenges and things. And obviously, the last year's event was pretty big. Those guys, they're all massive social media guys, so they know what they're doing then and adding to the promotion of this event by just throwing everything they can at it.
Yeah, and they're good at it too.
Yeah.
It's not cringy stuff. It's good stuff. And $25,000 for the last one standing too.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, I didn't actually realize it was that high. That's
Yeah.
that's massive.
So yeah, look, I think Yeah, I'm looking forward to that race. Are you gonna cover it on your website as an unofficial backyard ultra?
I've listed it in my frequently asked questions as a why is this event not covered?
Yeah, okay. All right.
Um,
Sorry, I haven't read you that bit. Haven't
no, there are a few other last one standing events in Australia. Blue Goat Backyard is another one that takes place in New South Wales. Kendall had that as his PB prior to doing his 50th. Um, I've only included what we call backyard ultras
Yeah.
rather than necessarily last one standing events. And even those, I've been pretty strict on one rule because I do list unofficial events. So those events which are capped at a certain number of yards and things like that, or that allow you to take breaks and things like that. I list those as unofficial. I haven't counted a few last one standing events, even though they might call themselves backyard ultras, only because their number one rule for me is that the distance of a lap needs to be 6.71 or thereabouts.
Yeah.
So Blue Goat's a perfect example. It runs entirely as a backyard ultra format, but the course is about 5 kilometers. It's got a lot of up and down, so the elevation is the actual big killer for that event rather than the distance. But yeah, those last one standing events, if they don't do the distance, I don't typically count them because it's a bit hard. Otherwise, what happens if someone runs, 80 plus yards at King of the Hill
That's fair enough.
event.
And like if you did, it would be like trying to find a needle in the haystack for the official Bigs affiliated races.
Yeah.
Would just be orange, green, orange.
That's right. So at some point in the future, I'm going to add a filter option at the top as well on the events lists to just hide unofficial events for people who don't want to see those as well. I do have the results for Go One More up there. Again, because Kendall ran at that event, set a new PB for sure. So I did want to count his stats and things like that. So yeah, again, anything like that, because other than the fact that it was non-Bigs affiliated, it fit and met every single rule of a backyard ultra.
It was close,
except for one, as far as I could tell, and that's they allowed aids like running poles and things like that. But otherwise, I think the event pretty much fit.
It was pretty
the backyard ultra rules. So this bang on, they made sure it was exactly right because they were targeting their 100 miles in 24 hours.
Yeah.
But it's an unofficial event otherwise.
Yeah, cool. Well, we may as well leave it there, but that was awesome chat.
We can chat all day.
Yeah. Hey, all the best at Red. Hope you have the best time. Hope you run a PB, and I hope you're happy with your race. I'm sure you're going to love it and do well.
Thank you. I'm excited. I'm frothing for this one. No, look, as I said, yeah, I'm just excited to be there. I think it's going to be a fantastic event. If I can get a PB, that's part of the plan. Yeah. All going well, I'll achieve that plan and go as far as I possibly can.
Well, did we say what time Red starts?
Starts at 8 a.m. Sydney time.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah, on Saturday. Yeah.
Nice. All right. Beauty. Well, all the best. We'll speak soon.
All right. No worries. Thanks, Patto. Bye.